I'm Scott Zematitis, Operations Manager of the Transmission Lines and Special Projects Group at Riggs Distler. I'd like to introduce you to my group by showing you two successful projects we completed. Together, the two overviews show what Riggs Distler can do to meet your transmission line needs. They also show how Riggs Distler does transmission, since both projects were completed ahead of schedule, under budget, and without a single recordable injury. The L901 transmission project, a 20.8-mile rebuild of an existing 138 kV transmission line for a customer in Illinois, was completed in December 2014. A rebuild means to tear out all existing structures and wire and rebuild with all new structures and wire. For the L901 project, we removed 195 existing wooden H-frame structures and replaced them with 190 multi-section steel poles. The new poles range from 85 to 110 feet in height. 30% of these poles were installed on foundations, which are 4 feet in diameter and 20 feet deep. The balance of the poles were direct embed to a depth of 15 feet. We also replaced 104 miles of wire, which consists of 3 conductors and 2 static lines. We faced many challenges on this project. The first major challenge was to complete the job in 75 days. This was a very big job, which spanned more than 20 miles, and we had to be finished by the deadline, no matter what. We had 35 men working 7 days per week. Working every day for 10 weeks was a major concern for us, so we had a full-time safety presence, as well as multiple site supervisors keeping an eye on the men and their fatigue factors. In the end, we completed the job 1 week early. Another challenge was the fact that the right-of-way that the new poles reside in spans wetlands, which are the home of some endangered species. These species include an endangered dragonfly, various reptiles, and multiple types of birds. To keep our impact on these areas and others to a minimum, we matted the entire 20 miles of the job, 7-mile sections at a time. The final challenge I will speak to is the weather. Illinois weather at this time of the year can be brutal. At various times, it was Arctic cold, snowy, windy, and wet. This, combined with the long, strenuous work hours, led to some pretty miserable conditions. Our safety department worked endlessly to make sure our men got what they needed when they needed it. We worked over 20,000 man-hours without an incident or injury. Next, I'd like to tell you about the Mortimer Hook transmission project we completed in Rochester, New York. Because demand for electricity typically peaks during the hot summer months, and because tens of thousands of customers are served by a single transmission circuit, it was important to the host utility to make the necessary improvements to the 115,000 volt circuit without shutting off the electricity to a single customer. Riggs Distler was able to accomplish that. We installed floating dead ends on double circuits at 3 locations, replaced 4 double circuit structures, and installed mid-span structures in 3 locations. To do so, we brought with us a team of veteran transmission linemen experienced in using live line tools and conducting bare hand operations. With live line work, dielectrically tested sticks are used to handle energized lines and attach or detach equipment. The sticks are long enough to allow linemen to maintain minimum approach distances and keep them safe from the electrical hazard of working around 115,000 volts, yet versatile enough to allow them to complete difficult tasks in no more time than it would take if the lines were de-energized. With bare hand work, employees put on conductive suits, aka Faraday suits, and bond themselves to the energized circuit, so like a bird on a wire, they become the same potential as the lines they're working on. To conduct bare hand work safely, crews must use special buckets, must make sure all tools and equipment are clean and in good condition, and must even ensure the oil inside their vehicle is not contaminated. While workers are bonded onto the line, they can reach out and grab it almost as if the line were de-energized, and can do so on voltages all the way up to 345 kV. One particular concern on the Mortimer Hook project was the extreme heat that settled onto upstate New York for a good portion of the 2-month-long project. The safety group worked hard to make sure everyone remained hydrated and kept a sharp eye out for signs of heat stress in the workers. Another concern was the proximity of the work to residential neighborhoods. Each night, project leaders made sure the work site was safe for anyone who might wander onto the right-of-way and was secure from anyone looking to vandalize or steal equipment. In the end, the project was brought to successful completion without any injuries or incidents involving the transmission of electricity or members of the public. The ability to perform transmission work without impacting customers has helped my group more than double its revenue from 2014 and has helped us expand our footprint throughout the U.S. It has also allowed us to buy several $1 million worth of new state-of-the-art equipment and hire 6 full-time transmission-specific personnel. Above all, it has helped Riggs Distler serve the needs of our host utilities by offering them our ability to improve the integrity of circuits while the electricity continues to flow, by offering them our ability to pull wire and upgrade or replace structures with the circuits de-energized, and by offering them other vital transmission services like rock drilling and matting. I'm very proud of the team we've put together and the equipment we've acquired. I'm confident my group will continue to exceed expectations in safety, production, cost control, and day-to-day project management so we can remain a trusted partner that public utilities can always rely on. And with the leadership we currently have on board, the sky's the limit.